show. I just wanna see more desto. Hit you throwing, I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit you sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man. Got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she want it like me, cause I like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
We go tonight, like 20.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Like 20.
54.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And, you know, a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. The Rams would get out to the 23-7 lead. Cowboys tried to make a late push, but the Rams would hold on for the 30-22 victory.
Check, 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 check.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And that'll be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Goff's throw here finds Woods. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Mike 20. Let's go.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Cut. Mike 20.
Right there, 54 Mike. Yeah. You don't want none. Hatchet.
Cut.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
We go tonight. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Let's get it together, deep. Hey, tonight.
Mike 5-4.
On first and goal, Gurley. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On second and goal, Goff, and he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Right there.
280.
54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Set! 180!
Mike 5-4. Yo, 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 yo. Yo! Check 24, check 24.
Like 7!
So that'll back him up 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Go! Go!
Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, hey, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods there to make the grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Stafford. And that's going to be intercepted. Taken by the Pro Bowler, Eric Weddle. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. From the gun, here's Goff. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
I got him. He's mine. Mike's 54.
On second and 12, Goff. That'll be caught by Cup. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Like 20.
Mike 54. 3 buzz.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here we go. 180.
54 Mike.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
SOS.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, here's Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
50-50.
On first down, Stafford here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler, his second sack of the night.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiler.
And happy.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. It's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. 87 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, a full half to be played. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. You got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
4 down.
54.
Out of the gun. Goff. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
I know he ain't got it. 49, check 49, check 49.
Joker.
A shotgun snap for gone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, pick your game up.
12.
Right there. 54. Right there.
We're good. We're good.
Hey, tight. Switch. Under crunch.
Shift.
Again, Goff. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I'm coming back.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what a rush coming, and he's taken down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A first throw for the backup Osweiler. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They still playing soccer. Look at me. Door. Whip. Watch the whip. Ready.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Going deep here for Bryant. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Box, lights. Hey, box drop. 22's coming. Hey! Watch the pass. Here we go. Now.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check safety. Showing it.
First throw now for the backup Bortles. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Leo. Hey, Delta.
From the shotgun, Osweiler connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, Charlie. 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Hey, let's get this. Check 37. Go on. Lee Griffin.
Throwing again on second down. Osweiler nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Rock it.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. He's going to air one out, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Natson. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for L.A. 54 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And he fires one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
I'm darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Man, that's trash.
Now Bortles. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the catch. Cowboys 13-yard line.
And the Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Go ahead. You don't want nothing. Pick up the ball.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A first throw for the backup, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now it's Osweiler. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Watch the out. Watch the out. 41's the mic. Hey, high 7. That's right, baby. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check.
Right back to Brown. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 22, Mike 22. You're trash, you're trash.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Shoot!
They go back to the ground with Smith. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Bravo!
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. He hits White, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hard. Smith. Fire.
Osweiler. This to Jarwin. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Osweiler. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Bryce Hager in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
Hey, lock it. Hey, orbit. Go.
2nd down and goal. Osweiler. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. This is Brown. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.